Hello, YouTubers. Reloading Bench back with you once again. It is the latter part of the evening, which is why it always takes our friends at any delivery service that amount of time to drop off a package. I don't care when I order something. It will only show up evening. Same with the post office, too, many times. It's like, why are we at the end of the day? Whatever happened to 9:30, 10 o'clock, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4? Nope, 7, 8 o'clock. So, a couple things ordered from Rainforest. For those of you who have memory cards in your dash cam, check them. Because we've noticed that we have had issues with all of our vehicles and the memory cards because some vehicles don't turn off, and you have to manually turn off the video recorder dash cam, and some do, but we've had issues, and these cards wear out, plus the heat, plus everything else. So public service announcement: change your or rotate your memory cards. This, however, is going to be related to this and this. And this has to do with my son. So he's been shooting 308, and commercial 308 seems to load fine. Some of my 308, and I've made videos on this previously, won't fully seat in his semi-auto. And I've taken them apart. I've measured the cartridge overall length. I've checked them against SAMI spec. I've checked the length of the brass. Check. Whole lot of checking. So the one thing that is left to check is headspace. So I picked up this Hornady Headspace Comparator kit. And based on this documentation, for 308, I need bushing D. So we will bust out the calipers. We will measure a couple. We will check the head spacing after, from once fired to resized. The magic numbers I hear online are anywhere from 1 to 3 thousandths of an inch for resizing, bumping the shoulder rather. And I'm gonna go right in the middle of that with 1.5. So my goal is going to be to get these to bump 1.5, shoulder bump 1.5. So I've seen a couple of different ways of folks doing it with analog, and then obviously you have to do math. And I've seen people do it with digital, and then you don't have to do as much math. Oh, look at that, D400. So it knew, and these are aluminum, very lightweight, non-magnetic. It looks like we've got a brass bushing and a little hex screw. There's my D400. Let's get rid of these, because we will not need these tonight, because all we're focusing on is... Ooh, that's a little tiny. That's a TFM. Okay, so it looks like this would go in, because this is what locks into the caliper. I don't know if there's a difference in size. They both kind of feel the same. One thicker, one thinner. I wonder if that makes a difference. because this is my first go round with this. I will check. Determine proper bushing. Okay. Sold separately. Thumb screw body. Install the brass thumb screw into the threaded hole in your body, which will allow the body to center on your caliper. From the chart below, select the insert, blah, 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 determine proper bushing. Okay, so that's the easy part. So, the bushing. Ooh, that's so tiny. Boy, if I get nervous and drop that on the garage, that's gone forever. Because we all know how that works. Okay, so I'm squeezing the shit out of that. Not that it matters, because it's all a reference point. So I guess the body of this, thumb screw doesn't really matter. Oh, it looks like we got a little aluminum burr right there. Yes, a little aluminum burr. Now we have no more aluminum burr. So let's see what kind of travel we get on this one. I'm thinking we'll go on the other side. That'll give us a longer push. Yes. All right. So we are correctamundo here. We'll put this off to the magnetic side. I love saving these for other things. Instructions will get saved and put away somewhere. Not a whole lot to save and put away. All right, let me get some stuff out of the way. Packed garage. All right, so we are going to not do math, and we'll stay with the Hornady solution. We will go digital caliper. And put my battery in. Always take my battery out. So the difference between doing it this way. Oh yeah, I think I was right in choosing this side. I suppose it doesn't really matter though. It looks like it's at an angle though. All right, that looks straighter. And they sell an anvil base, but it was $20. So I think this was, I can't remember. Maybe this was 50 bucks, 30 bucks, whatever it was. All right, so we are going to take a piece of once fired brass, 308 once fired brass. We are going to, so I've had some people say remove the, and that's crimped primer, remove the primer for better measurement. So for this quick and dirty, we're not going to. And I can also see light. All right, so I'm going to say, and this is the difference between the analog and the digital. I've got some pressure applied there. I'm going to zero that out. Let me put that back over there. And now I'm going to grab, if I can find it, my 308 dies. I know it's been a while since there's 308. All right. 308. Large primer. And I will try this with removing the primer as well. 308, I believe, is 2. Yes, shell holder number 2. All right, so I'm going to put as little wax, trying to keep the wax away from the shoulder. Where be my towels? Here's my towel. Wipe my hands clean. All right. So this is one set of dies. And the reason, resize that. I'm going to wipe it off. Not that that matters. And we're going to find out what the shoulder bump is now on that particular set of dies. I'm going to change that to, so probably not bumped enough. Actually, that is 6/1000ths of an inch less. So that is bumped 6/1000ths of an inch. Probably a little too much. The other thing I wanted to test was I have a and I'm going to say that that might have been just a shoulder, because I have other dies that I'm going to test. That Lee full-length resizer for 308 and a Forester 308 national match. So we will start with the Lee full size, and that is Lee 308 full size. All right, so that is number 1. We will start this process all over again. Zero that. Get a little bitty wax. Staying away from the shoulder. All right. Yeah, I'm going to say that this is just a neck resize, because that involved a little more effort. Primer gone. And I'm sure I'm probably doing something wrong that somebody will point out, because people love to let me know how stupid I am. 5/1000ths bumped. So too much. Too much. And maybe that's what's happening, is the tolerance in my son's particular rifle is, now we'll go to the Forester National Match. Maybe the tolerances in my son's rifle are more strict than mine. Some of my homebrew versus fancy schmancy purchases. All right, we're going to zero that out. We are zeroed. The reason I like digital for this stuff is, you know, trying to delineate the difference between 5/1000ths of an inch, 4/1000ths of an inch. Easier said than done. Not impossible. Oh, that felt great. That felt really, really good. Satisfying full-length resize. All right. Let's see what we've got here. All right, that's better. 2.5. So that's bumped roughly 2.5. So I think what I'm going to do is adjust to where I can get maybe one. See, this won't go out any farther. Maybe 1.5. That's going to be my goal, 1.5. All right, so we had good, better, best when I walked down the line of neck, full length, national match, full length. So we are going to, I'll probably do the same thing with these three, because that's different brass, which I will not bore you with. But I will run the same 3 tests with those, and then I will potentially adjust my dies and then see what I'm back with later. All right, after a number of trials and errors in my 3 dies, the Lee neck, then the Lee full length, and then the Forster national match, I also checked online, and it says the best thing to do from the most accurate, since you're talking about thousandths of an inch, you know, 1 to 3 thousandths of an inch. They said the best thing to do is to decap. So I just decapped those 2. Put that away, and we're going to put the hopefully correctly adjusted Forster. All right, let's see what we get for measurements. Actually, the measurement doesn't really matter. I think I will invest in this base anvil, because, you know, there's a lot of wiggle, and you can see the difference in, you know, there's 1.632, 1.6305, 1.630, 1.628. You know, it's all over the map. So depending on how flat, you know, looking at it on this side, so we're going to go with 1.630. So we should be coming in at 1.630. We're going to bump it down. It should be at 1.628 and change, maybe. Let me wipe that off. And then again, that is our PMC. So we've been jumping between a couple brands. PMC 1.628.5. Okay, so there's my, and then we'll do it this way. We'll zero it. .629 zeroed. Again, that is, who's this? This is another PMC. Wipe it off. PMC. So hopefully we see 3 thousandths, half a thousandth, thousandth. So I guess, you know, it's depending on where it's biting. There's 3 thousandths of an inch. I was going for 2 to 2.5. There's 5 thousandths. There's a 1.5. So I think we're good enough. But I think I will spend that money and get the base, because this just seems to be a little temperamental. Cool tool. I will say, cool tool. So it takes the guessing out of bumping to a more scientific level. So we're going to call this not done, but at the next level, because we'll go out to the range. We will resize these, go out to the range, and see what that does. But cool little tool. Good stuff.